Hello viewers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is your girl Adadichi. Please do well to like, comment, subscribe and share. So this is a tutorial on how I made this 2x4 closure from scratch plus wigging. See how flat the closure is looking. So you are going to see how we created this. So if you have watched my previous video, you see how I created my base. So my base for my 2x4 closure. So here we have finished ventilating the down part, which is the base that will cover up the wefts of our hair. So we are using double split knotting in this tutorial, and this is a very detailed tutorial. Like, I recorded every step. So why I recorded every step is to enable you see the way I made the closure, to understand that yes, when I said we are ventilating a 2x4 closure from scratch, so we left just a line at the middle, just one line at the middle, because it was made for a client, so the clients just wanted a very natural pattern, not too open, not too close, so we left just a line. This is the line I drew with a pen that serves as a demarcation at the middle that is underneath my net. Okay, so this directional ventilation, just like I said, you're not leaving a line in between. No, no. So you are ventilating all the line. You're just leaving a hole, but you are ventilating all the line. And I like ventilating it this way, like let it be going slant, slant. You can just be doing it line after line, depends on what works for you. So, but I don't know if you can see clearly on how I'm ventilating this. So this is the pattern we are going to use all through, going up to the and see, I'm trying to zoom it here for you to see. So you see how neat the knot is, because we are picking just 2 to 3 strands of hair. So when you pick more than 2 or 3 strands of hair, it won't turn out this neat. And so the secret in double split knot, or people call it double reverse split knot, anyone. So it's just to make sure the hair you are using, the one you are holding with your thumb, it's smooth enough so that you can be able to divide it, and you knot when you knot the left, you knot the right. You just see, you put your pin, you take 2 strands, you knot the left and the right. You drag it, you make sure it's tight. So I just fast forward here a little, so this video won't be so long, because definitely if I say I don't want to fast forward it to be too long, you see how it's turning out, you can see it. So like I said earlier, this is a ventilate with me tutorial. So you are seeing every step of how we created this beautiful factory nuts 2x4 closure. So I'm just showing you the way it was going. Definitely in double split knot, you need patience so your work won't turn out to be looking rough. Because if you don't arrange it properly, or you pick big strands of hair or more strands of hair, it will be looking so rough. So this is our middle part. You can see the one line we left is okay. So that's just it. But when I get close to the our pattern, I use just 2 strands of hair. I make sure I pick just 2 strands of hair. Just as you can see, I put my needle and I pick just 2 strands of hair. Though I use my fingernails to demarcate to make it more easier for me. But just make sure you drag from your left. Once you knot the left part, then you take the right part. Make sure your knot is tight. I know they said practice make perfect, right? Yeah, so just make sure your knot is tight enough. So in case you want to bleach it, it won't poke out beneath the net. So just make sure your knots are tight. So see, we are coming up gradually. We are going up, 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 up. So we are going to balance this place I told you I like ventilating in this diagonal pattern. I don't know, it just gives me this kind of joy, like so I like ventilating in diagonal pattern. And so you can, like I said, you can do line after line, whatever works for you. Just make sure you are using double split knot. Ta-da! So we are going, we are going, we are going. So just keep watching. Just like I said earlier, is a ventilate with me. So you are going to see every step, every step. So just keep watching. So we are coming up gradually. So you can see now, this is how I ventilated this whole side. So we are going to just keep ventilating in this diagonal pattern and balancing it till we finish this side. So we are done with the other side now. You can see how it looks. Now it's time to start the left side. So we are done with ventilating the right side now. It's now time to ventilate the left side. So you can see how full it turned out, and it's looking like a 2 by 6 or 2 by 5 closure while it's a 2 by 4 closure. So this double split knotting gives it that fuller look. I don't know if you can see what I'm saying, but it won't give you that scanty kind of closure, kind of look like that. So just the same thing we did to the right part as when we are doing to the left part. Just make sure you pick 2 to 3 strands of hair. Don't pick one strand, don't pick 4 strands. So one side won't be fuller than the other. So we just went ahead to do the same thing we did at the right side to the left side. So here is, we like call it the close up. Yes. Yes, the close up. So you just make sure you are ventilating your double split knotting to go by the side. Not, it's no more going all back. You know, we were ventilating to just go back. So at this our close up, we are ventilating it by the side. So we are taking our ventilating pin from the sides of the hole. So just make sure at the close up you pick just 2 strands of hair, and the way you bend your hand determines. So just make sure it's going sideways. Just make sure it's going sideways. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. So you ventilate the sideways in 2 lines. So we're almost done with the first line here. So you pick just two strands, you knot your left and your right, and you make sure it's going sideways. So basically, this is how it looks. We are done with our close up, with our ventilation. So it's now to sew it down to the mesh cap. So if you want to see how I wigged this using hand needle and thread, you can see how flat our wigging is. You just comment so that I'll make a detailed tutorial on how I wig hair using so this is our already ventilated 2 by 4 closure. So I'm going to teach you how to pin it down. What you'll be needing is office pin. I know many people use T-pins, but office pin works better for me because it's smaller and it doesn't poke out my net or tear the net. It just give me the flat look I want. So I go with office pin. Yeah, office pin works for me, but if you have T-pins, sure you can use that too. So just make sure you pin your closure flatly. I know, don't pin your closure, shouldn't be same line as your mesh cap. No, you can see from this video that my closure is not on my mesh cap. No, it's not. So you pin all around. Just pin carefully, make sure it's flat. Make sure the net is flat, and that's just it. You pin, 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 pin. So here I'm trying to adjust the pins to add more pins to make it firm. Just like I said, we want to achieve a flat looking closure. It's not about ventilating, it's about sewing it to be flat. So this is our back. We had to put two office pin, be it T-pins or office pin, anyone you're using. Part two of this video will be uploaded in 24 hours. Please turn off your notification bell to get notified when I post it, because I don't want the video to be so long for my viewers to watch.